Samir, the moment you enter the interviewer's room, he is going to ask you one or two simple questions. So let me begin with the question on the place that you come from, Visakhapatnam. So tell me something about Visakhapatnam.
So Visakhapatnam is a city in Andhra Pradesh. It is also called as Vizag in the shortened form. It is full of beaches and good restaurants. Also, the Eastern Naval Command HQ is located there. I stay in Vizag because my father is posted in the Indian Navy as a submariner. I stay in Dolphin Hills, and yeah, that's much.
Okay, so let's begin with your education. Tell me all about your education starting from 10th class onwards. Tell me about your preparation for 10th board. What were the difficulties that you faced and how did you resolve them? Tell me about the choice of subjects for your 11th and 12th. Also tell me about the difficulties that you faced in your preparation for 12th board and how did you resolve them. Tell me about your favorite teachers and why did you like them. And also tell me about various competitive examinations that you have given after 10th till to date and your preparation for it, the difficulties that you faced, how did you resolve them, and what was the result. You can begin.
So I did my 10th standard from Navy Children's School, Mumbai. I got a percentage of 95.4 in my 10th boards, which was the 10th which are in the top 10 of my whole school. My preparation in class 10th was a very smooth journey because I used to study every day and used to study consistently. I took tuitions for mathematics, which helped me approach the subject better. In my 11th standard, we got posted to Vizag. So I got enrolled in Fiji Junior College. It had a program of integrated program, which had state board affiliation and also the JEE coaching. When in my early days of Fiji, I got to know that if I don't work hard here, I won't be able to withstand the competition. So I used to go at 6 a.m., come back at 6 p.m. and go for a run, go for a walk, just cool down for a bit and do my physical exercise, come back and used to self-study. In every week in Fiji, there used to be conducted 3-hour exams, 3-hour JEE mains and alternate type exams. And once in 2 months, there used to be 6-hour phase exams. I had a record of always being in the top of my class in these weekly exams. And in the whole college, once I was always in the top 10 to top 20. And once I was in the top 2, I was the second rank in the college of 400 students. My preparation for my 12th standard boards was very hectic. I did my studies. As I told, I used to study every day and used to study for more than 12 to 14 hours a day. However, we didn't have our 12th boards conducted this year due to COVID, and our 12th board percentage was calculated on the basis of our 11th marks, which was 93.03 percentage. The teachers I liked most was, one of them was my class teacher of 10th standard. She was also a science teacher. Her name was Shalpa ma'am, and I liked her, and she was my favorite because she used to teach with so much passion and with so much energy that the whole class used to lighten up and used to study under her very ardently. She used to include the whole class. And makes us feel that we all are part of her subject, and she used to have very good command over her subject. And my second favorite teacher would be my maths tutor, Preeti ma'am. She was also a teacher in the same school, but however, she was not teaching my class. I got recommended her to me, and I took up that offer and I went for her tuitions. And it was one of the best choices I've ever made. She had a course structured so perfectly, and her worksheets were of such prime value that maths became a second hand to me, just a second nature to me. And I really enjoyed the subject very much under her. The third most favorite teacher would be my chemistry sir in my 11th and 12th standard, and he had a very good command over subject, which is quite ironic because he was a physics teacher in his early days and he shifted to chemistry. He was a very responsible and caring teacher because in our COVID times, he was the only teacher to keep a track on us and see if we are studying or not, if we are focusing or not. And he really used to check up on us. He was very open to doubts. He had his WhatsApp very open and used to reply back very immediately whenever we had doubts. He was a very great assessor to my percentile which I got in JMAINS.
It is heartening to know such good words about your teacher, Sameer. So tell me, I have also taught you, and you didn't include me in your favorite teachers. So tell me, if you were to compare, how would you compare your favorite teachers and my teachings?
Actually, you have all the qualities which I've told in my top 3 teachers. I didn't consider you as a teacher, as my favorite teacher, because I thought you meant in my 12th standard. So yeah, you also include all the students in the class, we have just a batch strength of 18. So we really feel connected to you when you teach. You also teach with so much passion. You can go on about a topic, and it's heartening to see you speak. It's very you speak with so much passion. Anyone could get influenced by you. Also, your course is very structured. So as I said, you have all the qualities which I have told about my other teacher. So if I were to include, yes, you will be always my top 3, top 2. I haven't placed you yet.
Okay, you have come just for 15 odd days from Visakhapatnam to Bhopal for your course. How would you say that? What was the gain here? Like before you came here, and now that you have completed your course and you are giving a mock interview.
So in Bhopal, coming to a different place alone, staying alone, and staying in the hostel, helped me gain exposure which I wouldn't have gotten in Visakhapatnam, like going to a coaching, coming back at home studying. This is a completely different exposure, and I can study at my own pace. That is true because of the timings of the classes, and also I've got a book which the best book of SSB Interview, which also helped me gain a comprehensive guide to all the current affairs topics and also the important topics for SSB. The exposure would be my top main point, which I gained when I came to Bhopal.
Okay. Now let's come to your family. You say your father is in the Navy in the submarine branch. So tell me about your family, your father's education, his occupation, about your mother's education, any other sibling that you have, their education and their occupation. Also tell me about your friend circle, whatever little that you had during these COVID time. What are activities you would do with them off and on despite your preparation for competitive examinations?
So my father works in Indian Navy as submariner, as I've told you. His rank is Master Chief Petty Officer Class 2. My mother works in Naval Kindergarten School as a music teacher. My father's education, he's graduated with an MA degree and an MBA, and my mother has also graduated with an MA degree. She's also a classically trained singer, and my father also knows how to play many instruments. He's a full percussionist and knows how to play the piano, the guitar, and also the flutes. He's also an all-round musician. My brother is 11 years old younger to me. He's currently studying in class 2 in Navy Children's School, Visakhapatnam. I have 2 sets of friends.
Okay.
The number 1 set of friend I made after the second wave went down. So some of my friends and their friends got together so we could play football and chill out a bit. So we play football in the Dolphin Hills in a basketball court. So it's more like a futsal than football. We divide us into 3 teams so that crowd doesn't gather, and we play every evening. Every evening we go and play. I actually have felt improve my skills because in my 10th standard I wasn't selected in the football team because my skills were not as par with the other teammates. And because of that, I trained. I asked my PT teacher that if I could join the football team practice, which happens before school at about 6 to 7 a.m. And the PT teacher rightfully obliged, and I joined. I joined the practice. I used to go every day at morning and the evening to play football. In 11th, as I didn't get any opportunity because FITG didn't have any concept of sports and activities. So I was a bit disappointed because what good is a school if it doesn't have any sports or activities facility. So I also went. So I didn't lose heart very much. I used to go for my run and used to practice. And coming to the second set, which I've made in the COVID times, I made a group. I made a Discord server, which has all of my friends who were in my 10th standard. After my 10th, many of our friends got transferred to different places. It was that kind of a year. So I called them back together. I made a group and we used to interact. And now I realize that they are a very fun group. They have very contrasting personalities, which makes stuff very interesting. And they're very fun. They have very good sense of humor, and I love to talk with them. The activities which I've engaged with them is, we used to talk every night, and we used to play some kind of game. And also in my JEE preparation, they really helped me because in my early days of preparation, I used to share my screen. I used to share my screen with them, and I used to share my notes and teach them. Teaching really helped me because if we teach it to someone, we really gain a good understanding of the subject. And I actually like teaching. It gives me a kind of satisfaction which I don't get when I study like in the normal basis. It's a very different kind of satisfaction. I used to teach it to them, and they also used to like it because they were also preparing for their boards and entrance exams. It really helped me boost my JEE.
Back to the athletics and your instrument playing. So tell me, you have participated in 100 meters, 200 meters. How you used to prepare for the athletic events, and also tell me about your preparation for your musical instruments.
Okay, sir. Actually, in my 9th standard, I just went when my friends were preparing for the sports day. I just went and just participated with them. I actually outperformed them, which really surprised me and them also. So they asked me to train with them. I used to train with them. I used to in the Kohli Stadium in Mumbai. I used to do some stretching. I used to do some sit-ups, which helped me gain core strength. And I used to practice relay race with them and baton passing, which we fell short of in my 9th standard 4x100 meter relay race. Our house fell short because of the baton passing. We mishandled the baton, and because of that we lost the tournament. We lost the match. I used to go every day to Kohli Stadium, go get a few jogs around to warm myself up, and then I used to time myself. I got my highest as I think so 11 dot seconds, and my speed used to increase when I'm competing with someone. It really feels bland if I am running alone in full speed. It just feels bland. So I used to call someone. I used to call my friend, like, let's run together, and we used to do training together. In my 11th and 12th, there wasn't any opportunity, but I still continued because I wanted to improve my speed and I wanted to include my running as a skill set in me. So I used to train under. I saw a YouTube video which said high intensity interval training, HIIT. I followed that ardently. It includes running at short bursts of energy with great speed, the maximum speed you can. Then cool down for a 30 second, 15 second, how much ever we want it to be. And then again run at short bursts of energy. It burns calories more, and actually helped me gain more speed than the normal jogging.
Okay. About your musical instrument?
Yeah, about my musical instrument, I was also professionally trained by my sir Alan D. Souza in my 7th to 8th standard.
This was where?
In Mumbai only.
Okay, in Mumbai.
I was trained in YMCA, Mumbai, near the Regal. I just trained under him. He helped me gain the very basics of piano, and I watched YouTube videos. YouTube videos actually helped me the most while learning musical instruments, and I love learning musical instruments because it's a kind of higher pleasure I get from life. And yeah, guitar and flute I learned by myself because the music theory, if we learn a music theory of any instrument, it translates well into other instruments also, and we actually learn it pretty easily. I professionally play the piano, and there's a training regime so that I improve my skills along with my enjoying the piano. The training regime, I practice my scales, practice my chords, and also play whatever I feel like.
With that, I'll come to the end of the interview. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Samir. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope the viewers would watch not only your interview but the interview which I had taken earlier, because that would give them the comparison. Because certainly all our viewers would also like to know, including you, that what was the analysis of this interview. So they would be able to get to the analysis better if they watch your interview and the analysis and the previous interview and the analysis.
Yeah.
Then it would be, then they would understand the concept better.
Okay, sir.
But interview per se, I would say that if I come by different factors, say intelligence, coming to the effective intelligence, I see that you have a satisfactory level of effective intelligence where you are able to make use of resources to achieve your objectives. And coming to reasoning ability, I'm very happy to note that you have adequate amount of reasoning and you do put logics behind your points, and because of which I would even go on to pass you in the organizing ability. And coming to the communication skills, I see that you are fluent and you are able to express yourself adequately, and therefore in communication skills also you have done quite well. I also feel that seeing your involvement with your friends and family, I feel that social factors also in all three, that is social adaptability, cooperation, and sense of responsibility, I rate you at an adequate level where I find you easy mixer who is able to mix in varied circumstances, in varied people, probably your father's transfers and you being able to adapt to different cities and people has done good to you. And similarly, I find you adequately responsible. I hope you'll further grow in social factors as well. Coming to the social effectiveness factor, wherein we are talking about initiative, self-confidence, speed of decision, ability to influence group, and liveliness, I find that you have sufficient amount of initiative, self-confidence, and speed of decision. However, because of stress, at times your self-confidence is not as much as it should be. That means I find you slightly underconfident when I compare with the abilities that you have. So you have much better abilities than the amount of confidence that you display. Coming to ability to influence group, I clear you in that as well as in liveliness. However, I would have liked to clear you in liveliness at an adequate level, but you do come under stress in the interview, which I did not see you coming in other tests. To the dynamic factor, that is determination, courage, and stamina, I feel you're quite a determined person, and you cleared the determination mark well above the clearance scale. Similarly, in courage, I find you clearing well above the courage scale. So you clear both these. However, in stress, that is stamina, like I had talked, because the stress part is affecting your self-confidence, though I have cleared you in self-confidence, but you could have cleared at a much higher level. So my personal advice to you is that have more faith in your abilities, and maybe meditation in life would help you further improve your mental capability to sustain mental stress. And we should register the amount of stress that is being administered to us. With that, I think I'll finish this interview here. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure you're going to make a good cut in the SSB. And all the best to you.
Thank you, sir.